4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, everyone. Here we are again on the screen at the Global Empowerment Summit. And I am with Karen, one of my favorite Australian ladies.
Thank you,
I
Andrea.
really love her energy, and I love her positivity ever since we met. We have never met in person, but at least we met online, and I'm super happy to have her in my network. So, Karen, we always start with a little bit of warm-up. And I would love to know a little bit more about your personality before we get into the business. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. What's your favorite food? How do you keep yourself fit? Who is Karen?
Karen has a subtitle of Rebel with the Cause, because I like to challenge the status quo. I'm curious. I want to push boundaries and get people to think differently rather than we've always done things this way. I'm one of those people I've been told anyway that I sit introvert and extrovert. I've always been feeling I was an introvert, but it's situational. I can be in a situation, like put me on a stage and I'll be an extrovert, but put me in a networking session and I'm an introvert, So originally from Liverpool in the UK, I now live in Melbourne, Australia. I keep fit. I do over 10,000 steps a day on the treadmill. I try to anyway. So that's my thing. What do I like to eat? Oh, what don't I like to eat? I mean, I love pasta. I love pasta, and I love my dairy. I must admit, could live on cheese, but yeah. So yeah, so excited about being. I was just saying in the green room that the state of Victoria in Australia came out of, to a degree, out of lockdown. Melbourne is the most locked down city in the world, or has been. So we're all very eager to get out again and go to restaurants and wine bars and all that sort of thing.
We were talking about the overbooking of the hairdressers, right? Right, just right before to warm up ourselves for this talk. It's just like in Malaysia. That everyone's first step is going to the hairdresser after
I mean,
getting out.
whoever thought? I mean, I said to you, I have a hair appointment tomorrow. Yes. Whoever thought, if you'd said like 2 years ago, you're going to be that excited getting an eyebrow wax or a hair appointment. It's like you would have laughed. You'd laugh at me.
No, that's so exciting, and I just want to wish you like really like an opening out in Australia. I know that it really took a lot of hit on the mental health of the people there, because just to be on lockdown for so long, it can take a lot of things on our mental health. So I wish you that it stays like that, and then everything is getting back slowly to normal.
Yeah, thank you.
Karen, I don't know whether you remember the teaser that I played, and I have to give you a little story about this. So this last year, when I had the summit, it was a hybrid summit, and I'm telling it because we will talk about hybrid work. And this was the first time I have ever experienced something like this, that people were in the room, half of the Malaysian team, and then the international speakers were joining in online, and we were all connected through the internet and through the beautiful team of Jules Wong and the technicians and who was helping me to bring this online. And we had a big screen, and then sometimes people from Los Angeles were appearing on the screen in the room, and I was just like, that's the hybrid event. I just love it. And then if I have the opportunity to do something, I will do something like this, mixing the personal, the in-person and the online events. But you can tell us a little bit about this, maybe the definition of hybrid, and then later we can explain how it goes, how it's related to the workplace, because that's your special field, that's your niche. So let's set it straight. What is hybrid work? What is hybrid today?
So hybrid work is where we give employees the flexibility and the option to work from where they want to work. So some people, when we come out of all this, whenever that is, some people want to go back to the office full time. Some people want to stay working from home. Some people want a combination of the both. And there is no one size fits all. Every organization is going to be different. But it's that combination of work locations that gives us the hybrid model, if you like. So it's not about everybody in one place physically together anymore. It's the future of how we're going to work.
And a lot of employers, I remember my own employers, because I was working for a multinational company. They were against this at the beginning, giving the employees 2-3 days or 1 day at least every Friday. But they were so afraid that people will, misuse this opportunity and do something different than work. So what is your experience with all the companies that you work with? How is it changing? Are the people really bad and watching videos during working from home?
It's such a vast topic, Andrea, and it's one open for so much discussion. I think we've found that people working from home have maybe surprised a number of managers. I'll call them managers, that they've been more productive. They've delivered what they were expected to deliver. But there is a resistance, as you said, for many organizations to let people keep working remotely, because there's still this disillusionment. If I can't see them, I don't know what they're doing. But I'm like, well, when they were in the office with you and you saw them sitting at a desk, how did you know what they were doing? You didn't. You're disillusioned. You had no idea, And these people are still trying to measure performance by the hours at a keyboard. And we saw that the behavior that appeared back in April 2020, when the demand for employee surveillance software went up by 87%. And when I say that to people, they go, whoa, seriously? I said, yeah, because most, and I won't call them leaders, bosses said, I now can't see them. I need to put surveillance on them. And the way employees have responded, and these are knowledge workers, highly intelligent people, are sticking paper clips into the insert key on the keyboard so it looks like they're constantly typing. And they're finding so many innovative ways because they know they're being watched. And one of them is, if they can get themselves an analog watch or a clock and they put the mouse on it, as the second hand clicks around, it simulates the movement of the mouse. I mean, it's like, this is Orwellian, So what the boss's behavior is driving behaviors unnecessary of employees. So the leading thinking organizations that are those that saying, look, the future is hybrid. There is no going back. I keep saying the genie is out of the bottle and the bottle is broken. But those organizations pushing back and saying, no, you've got to be in the office all of the time, or maybe we'll give you 1 day to work at home, are really going to suffer, because people won't put up with it anymore. They've tasted the flexibility and they want more of it. All the research and the studies out there are telling us employees want to keep the flexibility of how they work, when they work, and where they work.
Those are beautiful points, and I will post here a disclaimer that sorry, employers, we are not giving ideas, but if you see those little papers pushed, no, wasn't us. But yeah, you know, human creativity can go in different ways, and I'm so excited about this topic. I really can remember it was not even lockdown, it was not even this pandemic era when I was working at this multinational company. And if you don't have work, right, because you did your work and nothing is coming in right at the moment, then just like some people going down and having a cigarette, again, we are not promoting cigarette, or they are having a cafe in the kitchen, right? It's exactly the same whether they sit at their place and they watch their emails and they are responding to a family member who is searching for them, right? So it doesn't make any sense to do all the things around it, because we are humans, we need breaks. So it's really, really nice that you're working on this. I'm loving the work and the awareness that you bring to the table. We have some people watching, so let me just shout out to Elena, Jeg, and Gladys. Thank you very much for being here. Gladys is saying micromanagers face the biggest challenge towards adopting hybrid leadership. And I think Karen has something to say to this point, right? How can people adapt? What is the first step? What are the tools that they can use? What is the perspective?
I mean, Gladys is absolutely right. You know, the micromanagers are going to face the biggest challenge, and the fact is there is no place for micromanagement. So let me just take a side thing, and I'll come back to that statement. So, as I say, employees are now saying, I know what I want. And we've all heard about the Great Resignation, where people are just, you know, Microsoft said over 40% of the global workforce will move jobs this year. And research is already saying that there's a massive move of employees who haven't got a job to go to because they're saying, I deserve better than this. I want more. And it's not about pay anymore. It's about my mental well-being. Are you going to look after me? Are you going to give me empowerment? Are you going to let me get on with the job the way I see it? So if we've got a person in an organization and they're being micromanaged, which means they've got no motivation, no engagement, they're just being treated as a robot, do this, do it my way, they're going to walk. And the first people to walk are going to be talent, followed by the rest of the organization. So organizations have to help leaders or bosses or managers stop micromanaging and help them empower employees and give them the autonomy to do the right thing. And most employees will do the right thing, and they have to trust them. And, you know, I've worked with a lot of leadership teams where I've talked about giving employees autonomy, and they sort of go, oh, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be, you know, and when I start to talk to them about, you know, the benefits to them and about starting small and how to manage their perceived risk by using guardrails or principles, which I'm happy to talk about as well, they go, okay, right, I get it. Let's do it in baby steps. Let's give little Johnny in the corner a task to do and let him get on with it. It's not high risk, but just tell him what I expect of him. Be absolutely clear that he's heard what I've said. We're both on the same thing, but also making sure that he knows or she knows that you are there to support, provide advice, guide along the way. It's not management by abdication. This is giving someone autonomy to do a job the way they want it, how they want it, and learn as part of that journey, and ensuring they know that mistakes are okay. Setbacks, hiccups are expected. If we're not making mistakes, we're not moving forward. So it's changing an employee mindset as well. This is an education, not just for leaders. But I think one of the issues that we've faced in the past, and this is now really coming to fruition, if you like, or being exposed is probably better, is that most leaders, when they are put in a leadership position or elevated or whatever, they're in their late 20s, early 30s. The first leadership development we give them is when they're in their 40s. So they've had over a decade to strive and flounder how to do the right thing, because most people do want to do the right thing. And the only role model they probably had is their bad boss, whose role model was their bad boss, and on it goes. So, yeah, if I'm a leader and I've just been put into a leadership position, I'm like, well, you know, the only way I saw my boss manage was by directing people, you know, rather than, and I would say, you know, leaders don't direct people, they provide direction. It's very different. So, yeah, there's no place for micromanagement, but we have to be able to help leaders, especially now, if we don't want to lose our talent, make that mindset shift and help them measure outcomes, not hours at a desk.
I just love it. You should see my brain. I'm like, it's like having so many sparkles. It's such an inspiring conversation. I wrote down like 5 points. I don't even think that we will have time to talk about all of this. So
As you can tell, it's something I'm just so passionate about this, and
I can see,
and
and
helping organizations, you know, because a lot of them, and the ones that are, like you referred to, the ones that are saying no. And I've written an article about the reason people are objecting to remote work is because they're just looking at it and going, oh, it's too hard. Just get them back in the office. It's all too hard. And it is. It isn't easy. There's lots of moving parts with this, and it takes good planning and consideration and working out what employee preferences are. But, you know, that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. This is the greatest opportunity organizations have probably been offered in generations, and we should embrace it, even if it's a hard challenge, because it's new. This is uncharted territory. Of course it's going to be a challenge. Of course it's going to be hard. There's no playbook. There's no, you know, how did we do this last time? You know, when was the last pandemic? Yeah, we haven't had one. This is all new. So, yeah.
Yeah, but also there are benefits. I mean, even if you just think about the office space and all these things, renting places, working with remote workers, providing them, of course, some tools, which is very important, right? We could talk about that. As an employee, that's also something very important to make them prepared for a remote work. But also, it was very important what you said. And the first point that I wrote down is the coaching kind of mindset of the leaders. That it's the time when you have to shift to a coaching mindset as a leader, like Jeff was talking about this earlier at the workshop, because the situation is changing all the time. So the people has to be really recipient and flexible, and it's all coming from the leader, as you said. And without the leadership and this mindset change, nothing can happen in the team, right?
Yeah, and because it's new for leaders, then it's the good leaders are ones that are authentic and prepared to be vulnerable and talk to their team. I was going to say sit down with the team. It's probably the wrong thing to say. But talk to their team and say, right, this is uncharted territory. I have not done this before. You know, I do not have all the answers. And leaders often think they have to. They don't. No one said you had to have all the answers. That's why you have teams. Go figure. But then you say, this is a journey we're going to have to go on together. There will be bumps in the road. Let's go through it. You know, you give me feedback, I'll give you feedback, and let's do this together. The leader who thinks they've got to go and do this on their own are going to fall at the first hurdle and look behind them and go and wonder where the team is. You know, they're still at the starting line and haven't moved. It's got to be done together. Absolutely. You've got to find out what do your employees want? What are their preferences? What are their needs? What are their expectations of you? And be open and honest and enable people to have their opinions. Yeah.
So we have another question with Gladys. So leaders aren't born, they are made. Do you believe in this adage? I would consider it in the other way around.
I think there's elements of, it's a good question, Gladys. I think Leaders are born. They have inherent characteristics and traits. But I also believe leaders who you wouldn't think are necessarily good leaders can be helped to become good, better leaders. And often leaders aren't good leaders, not because they want to be bad. Oh, let me be a bad leader. Most want to be good. But yeah, I think it's like saying when we talk about I hate the term soft skills and hard skills, but hard skills, technical stuff you can teach, often the other skills are much harder because they're more inherent, but can you teach a leader to be empathetic to a degree? But there has to be something there innately, I think, to be honest. Yeah,
But like
very
with
good question.
everything, right? If you have a profession, then and you are very good in it, like it's the old time. I always remember the shoemakers. You can learn how to make a good shoe, but if you don't have the passion for shoemaking, your shoes will not be the good ones, right? So it's with every profession. You really
Yeah.
need, like, you love what you do, and it's coming through the screen, and you are inspiring people because you show your passion. But if you're not passionate about what you do, that's why people move, right? What we were talking about, then it's really not coming through. And this one is not coachable. This is not, you can find the passion and then you will be excelling in that area. Very, very
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, the leaders have to have the passion to lead. I mean, there was a recent article that I've shared on my website, I think it was last week, about research that said leaders are not empowering their employees because they're scared of losing control and scared of the risk. And it suggests, ways they can actually learn how to empower. But yeah, I think it's, we need to be able to teach them and coach them and inform them.
So to have a little bit of tips at the end of this session, I love to lead the people through something. So what are the tips that you can give to leaders to start their journey to change the mindset? Because that's the first step, right? So what would be the tools, what they can read, where they can find some information, or even steps, literal steps?
Yeah, I think they've got to, I mean, the help is out there, self-promotion. Yeah, pick me. But there is lots of help out there. A lot of people are talking about this. As a leader, I'd be asking my organization to help me. Please invest in leadership development. Help me be a better leader. Show me how to be an empathetic leader. Show me how to be a better person that can empower. As I say, I've done that with organizations, and it's powerful stuff when it happens. The light goes on, they go, really? And it's very much about those things like the empathy, leading with care and compassion. And you see lots of people will eye roll, but when you see a passionate leader, that's what they've got: care and compassion for their team. They want to make them the best they can be. It's not about the leader, it's about the team. We often talk about servant leadership, where the team comes first and the leaders is second. There's no place. We've got to get rid of the leaders that have got ego because, I've got a title, therefore I've got authority. We should have moved on from that a long time ago. I think with hybrid teams, the other areas that leaders need to look at as differentiators now is about equity and inclusivity, because we have people in the office, people not in the office. And if we don't remove the bias, that can become an us and them. And that can be a real big issue. Because there is a bias often, what's called proximity bias, which is I place higher value on the work of someone I can physically see with me than that of someone working remotely. And it's already been said that people in an office with their leader are more likely to get promoted than someone working remotely. It's a bit out of sight, out of mind stuff. So that's probably one of the key things that leaders of hybrid teams really need to become aware of. that they, when you think about facilitating a virtual meeting, some people in the office and some people on the camera, and you're looking for someone to carry out, to stand up and say, I'll take that action and whatever. It's easy to pat the person on the shoulder next to you, say, David, would you do that? And not see the person on the screen who's going, me, I'd like to do that. So we've got to make sure that everybody is heard, every voice is heard, everyone feels included. And there's whole new skills there for leaders around communication and understanding people's preferences. Some people on a virtual meeting or a physical meeting, if that, are quite happy to say, I want to, this is my opinion, this is what I think, and contribute to the conversation. Other people want to be invited to the conversation. They want the leader to say, so Andrea, what do you think? Oh, thanks for asking. Now I'll share. So leaders have to, have that balance to make sure they invite people and hear people, and everyone has a voice, and no one's overheard, no one's talked over, I should say. Yeah.
All the beautiful things. Let me summarize a little bit. I wrote down some points. So the first thing is about accepting your vulnerability. Just admit that you don't know and ask for a training, and reach out for your bosses or your leaders so that they can give you the missing information. Then we were talking about equity and diversity, and the new thing that is coming and building a gap, which is proximity. So if they are closer, if I see them, I reach out to them and I give them responsibility. But if I don't see them, I don't. So just keep this in mind and start to think about it, how you can level and balance this out. And then you were also talking about communication, and to watch the people's preferences, what they would like to have, how they would like to do it, whether they want to work in maybe even different timing, because it's remote work, because they are working with, I don't know, with the US, and they're sitting, for example, in Malaysia. Maybe you can accept that they're not working 24/7, right? Because they are working with a different time zone. So there are so many points here that you mentioned. I would really encourage the people to rewatch this session to digest what Karen just said. And I would love to get you back for a longer session, because this is just like such a huge topic.
It is.
But for the people who are following you, you can, I'm always reading the articles from Karen. So you can find Karen in the LinkedIn. I believe that's the most important link for you. So Karen Ferris, you see the name under my picture, and just write GES 2021 in your connection request, and I believe that will be well received.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Karen. It was an amazing morning with you. I love your positivity, love you being here. And thank you for the audience, Gladys, Jack, Emran. I see Elena, for tuning in and asking questions and following the conversation. And for those who are watching this on replay, don't forget, you have the Treasure Hunt app. So just read the barcode and play and win, because we are offering you prizes for your engagement in return for your support to us. We give you something, so nothing is here at the GES Summit. We always give, because we would like to change your mindset. That's the goal at the end, just like what Karen was talking about. So thank you very much, Karen. Have a beautiful day,
Thank you for
and a lot of
inviting me.
prospects and a lot of happiness for you, and enjoy your haircut.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then Priya is already in the studio, so let me just switch the two of you. Bye Karen. Thank you for everyone for watching, and don't go, because we have here Priya already waiting in the studio. So hi Priya, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good. I was just having my half cafe with Karen, so I will just finish a little bit.
Good. You need that.
Yes, and until I finish, I see your book in your hand, so maybe we could start with that.
Right. So yeah, I'm just trying to analyze for my next book now. So yeah, what I would have been done differently. So just going through. But thank you so much for having me today, and a really great pleasure to work with you alongside in this mission, what you are trying to achieve. Great job so far. I've been monitoring. It's going very good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much, Priya. And Priya is the one who is really walking the talk, I have to tell you, because she is the sponsor here, right? So she came on board. She was the first one, my first real sponsor after last year's MyTech sponsorship this year. I'm really, really happy for you to jump on the opportunity. And also, I have to tell you that you are very proactive. You are liking all the different posts. I see that you are with your team supporting the post, and I'm really, really thankful for that. So before we start our conversation, let me just play the little advertisement. I would ask you, I have two videos. One of them is the short one, and then I have a testimonial video. Is the testimonial video okay to play?
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's do that this time. I will just play that, and then we will talk about your book more.
श्रीवर्चस्वमायुष्यम् आरोग्यम् आविदाक्षम् मानं महीयते धनं धान्यं पशुं बहु कीर्तिलाभं बहु धनलाभं शतसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः.
Honestly, I felt inspired and motivated after reading The Journey of Perseverance. This is certainly a book worth reading. Congratulations, Priya. You did an amazing job.
Hi, I'm Lavanya. The book Journey of Perseverance is highly motivating and inspiring. It gave me a clear picture about what success looks like. Congratulations, Priya ma'am, and thank you for a great book.
I just love this video. You are very good with this, or your team. I really love it. The music, and then how soothing it is. It's beautifully done, Priya.
Thank you so much. Already accomplished my achievements by my mother's blessings. So I'm glad.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So, Priya, today we chose a topic which is fly with your dream and live your legacy. That's what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Why did you choose this topic for today?
What I have noticed, there are a lot of people who are dreaming, especially when I wrote this book, and when I meet people, a lot of my friends and colleagues, they are telling me, "Oh, I want to write the book as well." And I've been thinking about it, and I have a plan, and I'm thinking, I mean, if you have reached till the plan, act on it. A dream without plan is nothing, right? You cannot fly anywhere. You can just dream. But once you dream, that's the first step. You have to definitely dream, right? Once you dream, then you know how to fly. You know how to act on it, how to plan and activate your plan as well. So that's why I thought, I would like to discuss about it. Just thinking is not enough. Dreaming is not enough. Do something about it, and if you are not doing it, you're not gonna live the way you wanted to live, because you will be always regretting, oh, I missed out, I wanted to do that, right? At the same time, you will also you will not be able to leave something behind you. Leaving your legacy is very, very important, especially for me. If you that is because that's what your family and loved ones are gonna hold on to, right? How you gonna carry and actually talk about you, what it is, and whatever form it is, doesn't have to be a book. Whatever form you wanna leave a legacy, must leave it for something. to be remembered, right?
That's beautifully said. I would think that maybe you could read a little bit from the book if it's already in your hand. If you have something to read.
On that note, leave a legacy. I am a big fan of Mary Elizabeth Pye. This is a very beautiful book, poetry I have written in this section 8. I said, "Do not stand at my grave and weep. I'm not there. I do not sleep. I'm a thousand winds and blow. I'm the diamond glints on snow. I'm the sunlight on rip and gain. I'm the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning hush, I'm the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in the circle flight. I'm the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I'm not there. I did not die."
I love the quote. Beautiful quote.
Beautiful
What does it
poetry by Mary Elizabeth Pye. Beautiful
What
poetry.
does it mean for you? I'd like to ask people about their interpretation of the quotes. So what does it bring you? What feeling
The
comes
reason
up?
why I mentioned that my section 8 is all about leaving the legacy, right? So for me, people go on a graveyard and cry, but I'm just thinking, if I've left my legacy, hold on to that, read that, what I wanted to say, what I wanted to convey, who I wanted to be as a human being on this planet, what my as a on the humanity ground, how I wanted to be remembered, right? What was my contribution for the little dotted point I lived on this planet, right? Time is very precious, right? People talk about very biggest commodity and all, but you come here, if you look at this universal aspect, you you just come here and just live here for fraction of seconds, and you become another part of the energy, right? But whatever time you spend, it should be fulfilling, it should be meaningful, and live the fullest, right? So if people talk about the past and the what was that, why was that, what kind of a person that was, and I'm thinking, just remember the core value of that human being, and how he wanted to be remembered, what he did to this whole human race, and that's what the value I want to put it. That's what it means to me.
I'm so calm while you are speaking. I have to say it's like the second meditation today after listening to Geeta. I just love it. And I would like to ask the audience just at this instant, because it just came to my mind. Like, dear audience, Jack, Emran, Alina, Bhavani, Gladys, if you are still here, what is the thing that is stopping you from living your dream? You can write it with one sentence, a short feeling, a mood, so that we see, and maybe we could help you to overcome it. So just write it in the comments. What is the thing, the one thing that is stopping you from living your dreams? Like Priya is saying, fly with your dream. Write it in the comments, and then we will react on it. So let's go further with the conversation, Priya. Flying with your dream. Have you had fears when you first started to fly with yours? When you first started to implement and act on it?
There is always a fear. Fear is a human nature, right? Tell me one person who are not fearful. There are a lot of action has been done in every human being life. Once every child is fearless, right? But every adult is fearful for something, right? Everyone. But how you, it's not the point how fearful you are, it's the point how you overcome with that, right? Unless you overcome with your fear, there will be always those fears are your hurdles. But once you overcome, or once you try to pass that, then that's where you think, okay, that's where your actual journey starts, right? So I would like to read something else I have mentioned in my choreographic act chapter. So life is a song, sing it. Life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream, realize it. And life is love, enjoy it.
I would add life is a dance it.
And you choreograph your act, and then you play your masterpiece, and then you play your masterpiece again and again. And you can do that only by actually strategizing, planning, and acting on it.
What's the first step? Bhavani is saying it's beautiful, so I can say it again that it's beautiful what you say. But what's the first step? Let's be practical, because sometimes that's what is missing. So you have a dream, you are facing your fear, and you are sitting at your desk and then thinking, all right, I should start. So what's the first step?
Believe in yourself that you can do it. Ultimately, that's my first step. A lot of action items did not happen because you did not believe in yourself. You were not proud of yourself. You did not counted your own achievements. A lot of action item did not happen because you wanted to have some verification from someone else. You're going through some identity crisis, right? That's where the problem starts. The moment you realize that I am enough and I need my self-verification, whatever I'm gonna do, if it is gonna make proud to me and my loved ones, my parents, my children, then don't be hesitant. Just do it. As long as you're not hurting somebody, everything is okay. Right? That's what I believe. That's first, believe in yourself. That's your first step. The day you believe in yourself, your 50% job is done, because then you will be fearlessly acting on it. Yeah.
So self-empowerment first. That's what it starts.
If you don't have that own self-ability, not everybody is self-motivated, then join these kind of a forum. But you will get 200, 300 people who are sitting here to help you selflessly. Find the forum, find the place. I still believe there are very harmful people who are damaging the humanity. There is still majority of human race believe in goodness. So look at the brighter side of it, right? Not everybody is actually selfish. Not everybody is actually tapping into some kind of thinking about themselves and trying to extract something from you. No. It will be, and not many people will believe in you unless you believe in yourself and act and prove. You have to always prove yourself. Unfortunately or fortunately, it's the journey you have to go through. And don't be worried about rejections. That's another hurdle. These are just challenges. They are just stoppers. Like you are walking on a road, you did not realize there is a stone out there and you hurt yourself. Move on. Just rub yourself, move on, learn the lesson, be careful next time, right? Rejection is not a big deal. It's another human nature. What is rejection? Something you wanted, somebody else did not agree with you, right? So how it is bad? Everybody has opinion, right? So if that person did not agree, it doesn't mean you have done something wrong. That's a different mindset and different opinion. This time we did not cross the path.
Love the points here. Beautiful, empowering messages. So hope the audience is grabbing all the wisdom nuggets that Priya is sharing with us. And we have a question here from Elena. How can leaders be visionary and exemplary? Very good question. Thank you very much, Elena.
Thank you, Elena. For visionary, for me, you have to think forward, right? but never forget your past. There are a lot of argument happening in the country like India, and who has the past history, and they keep claiming, and there is a something in the past, and people want to stuck in a past. I believe that if you are taking that as a lesson and you are learning from the past wisdom, and you are actually thinking futuristic way, you can imagine how, as far as you can, if you can open up your wildest dream, that's where your vision starts, right? Creating new idea every day is like we all are actually capable of that. I don't know if you know, we all human beings, psychological testing, we all human being is capable of daydreaming 40 times. It depends how you are tapping into those daydreaming, how you're saying and eliminating that this is right and this is not right, and this will work and this will not work. Then you start thinking how you can implement. If I will think of this vision, how it's gonna look like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or 100 years down the line. Like Japanese, they always think about 100 years down the line. They do not think about in their lifetime what they're gonna achieve, right? So if you think beyond yourself, right, beyond your surroundings, that's where visionary concept starts.
And I love this long-term concept, because most of the problems of humanity is coming from the short-term mindset. And you touched a very important point here, that an environmental problems, sustainability problems, leadership, grabbing the power and fighting for the power instead of seeing the big picture, helping the whole of the humanity. It's something that we don't do, and it's kind of like how you say it, like a self-sabotage, right? Because if we don't help ourselves, then we will get in trouble.
It didn't happen overnight. Well, our past generation and previous generation did not think through what we are seeing today, environmental impact, right? If they would have thought through properly, they would the things are happening, it would not have happened. But it's never too late if you will awake now. Let's act on it. Let's participate. No? So once you participate, you start acting on it. Be a droplet. Be a droplet. Don't worry, like, oh, not everybody is not doing, why should I do? Be a droplet. You start, don't worry about what others are doing. Every bits count when it comes to the, universal aspect. In Sanskrit, there is a saying, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, means this whole planet Earth is my family. No, it's us, it's me. I'm responsible for it. Every single insect, visible, invisible, we are responsible for their survival. We all. And if we can contribute and we can do our part, there will be no trouble, rather than counting someone else. The biggest problem is that people always put the finger like this and they do not count their 3 fingers towards them. So that's where all these questions rise. How much you gonna contribute? What did you do today? Every day, be a droplet, do something new every day. And I'm telling you, this is gonna be the dream will be fulfilled. Nice planet, giving everybody healthy environment. Yes, this is not a big of a deal if everybody will contribute.
And it's really leading to our next summit. We are still 3 weeks into this summit, but next year we will have the topic sustainability. And I'm so looking forward to it, because I will bring everyone in this topic on this screen for you. And they will tell you why is it important to act today. And I try to activate everyone who will watch this summit so that we can reserve this planet to the next generation, because they are crying for help. They need our help. they need all the help from all generations to make it happen for them, so that they still have some beautiful trees, they have the water, they have everything available, and they can still live just like us. So it's really, really empowering. Whatever you said this morning, I got so inspired again, Priya. It was really nice.
Power is in our hand. That's
so true. So true. And yes, as a last message here today, we will have you also next week up. But for this conversation, what would be your message around legacy and dream for the young generation first, and then also for the wise generation after that?
So for me, last message would be form a right habit. For habit shapes who you are. You know, if you don't like something throwing on the ground, don't do it. You want to be treated well, then treat well, right? You want to use maximum use of your daytime, then wake up early in the morning. Whatever makes you, you think can make a difference. Form a habit, make a second nature. That is the definition of who you are. So form a good habit, shape it in nicer way, and show what can be done with a good habit. There are different reasons people actually do things, why they do things. But whatever your reason is, find out what motivates you and then act on it. So as I said, plan is just a dream. Action is very much needed, right? That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Priya. Thank you for being here this morning. And just a little bit of recap for the people. I see Vaishali, Jagati, Salina, Bhavani, Senthil, Akiredi, and Emran. I always want to say colleague, but that's the organization that he is doing some NGO work, and he put the organization's name. Gladys, and all of you watching, thank you very much. It's really nice to have you with us. Thank you for being there for yourselves, and thank you for supporting the experts who prepared all this for you, all the values. Jag is saying legacy, habits, and hobbies are all related. Thank you, Jag, for this input. It's totally true. I could ask actually, Priya, what is your hobby, Priya?
My hobby is anything beautiful. I am inclined to and attracted to, nurture it, protect it, keep it around. Anything beautiful.
That's very nice, very nice. And Bhavani is saying thank you. Jag is saying thank you. So they enjoyed the conversation. Guys, don't go away. After Priya, I will play a video that I recorded because Kelly is from the other side of the world. So it was really hard to do a live interview. But you can still watch this. It will come up after this session. And she is talking about something very specific because she is a speech specialist. I should go to her to polish my English, by the way, and take away my Hunglish accent. But yeah, you will see she's giving a lot of tips for you, and she's dealing with also with kids who are differently abled. And yeah, it's just a beautiful work, and it's really nice to get to know these kind of professions that I have never heard about it, and it's existing. So thank you, Priya.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you, audience.
Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, Priya.
You too. Have a nice
day. So we are heading up, and then soon you will get a video which was recorded a little bit earlier with Kelly, but please feel free to put your questions under the live stream, because I will reach out to Kelly and I will put the answers there. Also, don't forget, I just tried, it's working, so you also have to try the barcode reader here. In the top of the screen, you will have a barcode, and if you read it, you will get to the treasure hunt application. If you are here with a free ticket, then you already got an email from info@changeyourlifesocialize.com, and in this email I'm explaining you how you can participate in the GES Treasure Hunt Contest. It's an exciting thing. It's the first time that we released an application, and don't worry if your name is not on the list yet. We will update the list every single day with SolveWorks. And we will make sure that your name will be there, because this opportunity is only available for the free tickets holders. So what you have to do is just scan this barcode. This will lead you to the treasure hunt application. Once you are there, you just have to accept the terms and conditions, of course, because the game is requiring your photos sometimes and some additional information. So we want to make sure you are providing it for us. Once you accepted all the terms and conditions, you will end up on a screen with a beautiful, colorful images, and those are the different games that you can play. So you can scan your photo, add your photo, and upload it and earn points. Then you can get in touch with speakers, which also gives you points. And you can also add your aha moment. For example, what was your aha moment with Priya? You choose the session from the drop-down list. You write your aha moment, what you realized while you were listening to her. And then you click on the add button or save button, and it will give you points again. You can also do feedback. So how do you like this summit? Can you enjoy it? What would be better this next year? I'm all about learning and exploring new things, so just feel free to write anything. And then you can also do other things, but let's just let you explore. We have an option to click on the live GES, so it's also embedded in these applications. It's easy on the go. You just save this link somewhere after you scan, or you even can save the barcode and save the application to your laptop, to the browser, to your favorites. Very, very easy to use. We made it super simple. You can follow your progress in the leaderboard every single day. We will update the app. Now we built in some automatic refreshing, so it will refresh your scores automatically. You don't have to push anymore on the refresh button. All the new people, all the new tickets will be uploaded every single day, and just enjoy the game. What can you get out of it? Well, I offer for 5 people 5 times $500 value of leadership coaching. It's a creative leadership coaching online with me, not automated, but live with me. And every single one of them is $500 value, plus money from SolveWorks, the creator of the application, jumped on board, and he offered also $200 value for their services from SolveWorks. So there are a lot of things, and I believe a lot of other things are coming up after I will talk to the speakers and ask them what they would be happy to throw into this GES contest. Try it, be patient, because this is the first time we are doing an application like this. We just wanted to make sure that you enjoyed the summit, and as there are so many sessions, we wanted to make sure that people can play on replay, and we leave this contest open until the end of the year and leave the videos there open on YouTube so that you can rewatch them. And while you are rewatching them through the application replays, you can still give your feedbacks, aha moments, still make a selfie, with the session that you're playing on the screen, and many, many other things, because we want to make sure that you go through these sessions. We have so much value. You don't really have to go elsewhere. I really handpicked all the 200 speakers by myself. I interviewed everyone. I made it sure that they are quality speakers coming from the right place, not the salesy guys who are just wanting to sell you something. They are really the cream of LinkedIn, because I found them on LinkedIn. So I would really suggest you to play this game, scan the barcode and explore the sessions and learn as much as you can. And if you found a preference, if you found a mentor, just go with them and explore what can they provide you. So now we are heading up to the other session. Enjoy with Kelly, perfectly pronounced.